Get full episodes of The Damage Report as a podcast on iTunes and Android, and you can watch the live show every weekday on YouTube TV. We had the midterms. It was a gigantic wave election. Regardless of what you might have heard, it was far bigger in terms of the popular vote lead of Democratic congressional candidates than the Republicans back in the 90s in that huge wave that is always referred to as this turning point for American politics. Well, looks like we turned again, this time in a better direction. But has Donald Trump actually gotten the message? So very interesting polling data recently that tells a tale of a couple of different possible futures. So overall, we find out that Donald Trump has, in this poll from NBC News, a 43% job approval among all adults. That is shockingly high for Donald Trump, although just 38% of voters say that they would want to re-elect him. That is a bizarre thing to say. I approve of his job, but I wouldn't want him to keep doing it. Whatever, fine. So between 38 and 43% of Americans are okay with Donald Trump. Now, even better news for the president, that's pretty much where Barack Obama was after his midterm drubbing, in his words. And he went on to win re-election. So does this mean Donald Trump can just coast on through to 2020 and become president again? Maybe. It is possible, but not necessarily. And there's another area of polling that I think is fascinating. That is, what do voters think about the message that was delivered to the president in the midterms? Now, both Obama and Donald Trump had horrible midterm performances. Did they actually learn from that? Now, what's interesting is just 10% of Americans say that Trump has gotten the message that voters wanted a change in direction and is making necessary adjustments to accomplish that. I think those 10% are crazy, but it's 10%, it's low. 22% say he's gotten the message, but he's not doing anything. Those people are not Trump supporters there. 33% say he didn't get the message at all. So almost no one thinks that we have said to the president strongly, we do not support the direction that you're taking the country in, change it up and maybe we'll support you. Just 1 in 10, that is a horrendous performance. Now, for comparison, 35% of voters say that Obama got the message and made the necessary changes. Now, some of them are not gonna vote for him anyway. Some of them were gonna vote for him regardless. We're a very partisan country. But there are people who are looking to see, does the president actually respond to the will of the voters? Is he paying attention to what's going on in the country and adapting intelligently, reasonably, based on what actually happens? And on that metric, Donald Trump is doing horrendously. He is being lapped by Obama multiple times over. Now, there's some other polling data that's not really positive for Donald Trump. Americans who agree that he's being honest about the Russia probe, 34%. That means that if we assume that 34% are the core Trump voters, he didn't even get his whole core. There are people who support him, who say he's doing a good job. Well, he's definitely lying about the Russia probe. That again is an interesting duality there. Those who believe the Russia investigation should come to an end, just 34%, which again, that is smaller than his core supporters. That means that outside of hardcore Trump supporters, virtually no one agrees with the messaging that people like him and Sean Hannity and others have been pushing for a couple of years now, that this probe is a witch hunt, it is a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and it should end. They simply don't agree with that. Now, look, I don't know how many people are gonna be determining their vote in 2020 based on either that investigation or other investigations like the payments to his mistresses or the Trump Foundation or all the other ethics and legal concerns. But overall, as we go forward, there is gonna be strong opposition to him, not only in the form of 70 to 100 Democrats running against him in the next primary, but there's the very real possibility that he'll be primaried as well. And normally that would be a complete waste of time. Who is actually going to turn against their party's president to support someone else? It's probably not gonna happen even now. But if it does, the fact that so many, even Republicans, don't think that he is learning anything from this, that he's willing to adapt, that means that there is an opportunity, unlike in past elections, for a primary challenger. It'll probably not come to anything, but that opportunity is actually there. Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.